What's up, you Amish motherfuckers? How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, turn on those bell notifications to know when I upload. I want to do a more in-depth video explaining like stories and stuff about my Amish heritage and moving around my entire life. But I also wanted to upload a video kind of letting you guys into my life a little bit. If you have a question about any of the stories or anything I bring up, leave it down below. I'll try to make another video answering those questions. So right off the bat, I wasn't born Amish. You may have seen it on TikTok where I explained that I was adopted into an Amish family. My parents fostered for 14 years, eventually adopting 8 children, me included. But growing up with 8 siblings, let's just say there was never a cookie left in the cookie jar. Literally, my mom would bake cookies and in a matter of 2 hours they were gone. So for 3 years of my life, I was Amish. Ended up going New Order, and then from the New Order, we went Mennonite. We lived on that farm for another 3 years, and then eventually moving to Montana. My parents met somebody somewhere from Montana, and they said there was a ranch for sale down the road from them, so we ended up buying it. And how on God's earth my parents trucked 8 kids up to Montana, I still don't know. I'm baffled by that. This was back before GPSs were a thing. So how on God's earth my mom was able to read those maps and know exactly where we were in the mountains, in the Rocky Mountains, I don't know. But she did, and we ended up making it to Montana. I was actually talking to her a few days ago, and she said that we got lost, and then like it unlocked a memory, and I remember being lost in the mountains. Not like lost to where like life and death, just like lost. But my mom, pro navigator, got us out of there. The winters there were absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite things to do was ride my pony around in a wagon that I thought made me look like it was in the 1800s. Building snowmans. We also had to shovel the snow off of the roofs every time we had a bad storm. We would get 3 feet of snow in one night. My first winter there, we had 15 feet of snow. I'm not kidding. We literally went out in the middle of our field, took a rod, and shoved it all the way down. We're not even sure if we hit bottom. And we took a tape measure and put it down there, and it's at 15 feet on the dot. I always played dress up. In one instance, I was Moses, I guess, and then a cowboy. Although the cowboy part was kind of right because we would get on the horses and actually move the cattle around between the fields. I started public school my 3rd grade year. I was homeschooled up until then. And then the summer between my 3rd and 4th grade year, we moved to Colorado. Colorado wasn't the greatest. We lived in the desert, basically. There were 3 trees on our entire property, and I'm pretty sure they were all dead. But we had like this pen type thing that our landlord had on the property, and we used to play a game called Break-In. 2 or 3 of my brothers would hang out around, be the security guards, and the rest of us would try to get in this pen, and then we would win. Basically advanced tag. And then the summer between my 6th and 7th grade year, we moved to Tennessee. And as far as the people, by far my favorite place to live. I went through most of high school there, and we got into some shenanigans, as you would say. We'd always go trail riding with our friends. We ended up going in the winter one time, and then we went camping in our friend's woods. He had like 150 acres, and damn near froze our asses off. I didn't mention this earlier, but we're not Mennonite anymore. Back in Montana, we ended up leaving the Mennonites and then became how we are now. Then the summer between my sophomore and junior year, we moved back up here to Ohio. After I moved up here for about a year, I went through some really bad depression. Things got really bad. That's a story for another time though. I graduated high school, decided not to go to college, got a full-time job, and ended up buying a house at 20 years old. So there's that. If you haven't bought yourself a hoodie, this logo isn't on there anymore. It's the one on my TikTok profile picture. Go grab yourself one. Link will be in the bio. Support on these would be really awesome. I have a bunch of new designs coming out. And I have a brand actually that I'm starting. It's not just my merch, it's an actual brand. More news on that coming. If you have any more questions, leave a comment down below. And if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And I'll be sure to answer as many of those questions as I can.